This isn't one of the Great Lakes, but it's a great lake. It's 5 miles across. The length is just over 20 miles, and you can't quite see from one end to the other. What a beautiful place. I'm just out from a place called Jewel over here. Somewhere over there it's called Jewel. A little bit of a community. The Godfrey Point boat launch is right over there. I went real close to the shore. Not real close, but close enough that I got down to about 13 feet of water. And I thought, okay, I'll start my drift there. And I kind of turned my back to hook up my rigs, put some worms out, and set up a jig. And sure enough, I had already drifted out into 30 feet of water, and now it's 35 feet of water. So there's a little bit of a shallow over there. Then it drops down real sudden-like, which is a very good thing. Where it drops off like that is a good place to fish. Now, I didn't get any fish there because I didn't even have anything in the water. That happened too quick for me. I might go back and drift again. But the lake is just beautiful today. There was a nice little bit of wind, which was actually to my advantage. It would push my boat along and I'd be drifting nicely. Right now, the speedometer says I am drifting at 0 miles per hour. And I'd like to be drifting at about 0.5, 0.6 miles an hour. Oh well, I'll just sit here and fish for a bit. The water temperature this morning was 75 degrees, and now it's up to 76.62 degrees. I don't know what the temperature, the ambient temperature is, but it's warm, and I'm kind of digging it. 10:30 in the morning, I'm going to fish till well after dark. Wish me luck. This pole here has 20-pound test line, but the leader, which is about, let's say 8 feet, 7 feet, it's 8-pound fluorocarbon. So this is a good strength of line and leader to be able to nail a fish pretty good. I bought some of these jigs that are made by Jay Worth. He lives in Vestal, New York, and he's been making these things his whole life. His father was also a jig tire, and I bought these here on Lake Oneida. One of these days I'm going to go to his shop. Now this man will teach you anything you want to know about tying jigs. All his secrets. But I just wanted to help him out, and I bought some. Plus I'm lazy. But these are really, really beautiful jigs he makes. A very light color on a very bright day, a dark color on a cloudy day. Today is as bright and sunny, as beautiful as God ever made a day. So thanks again, Jay Worth. And on the YouTube, he does his instructionals, and he goes by Jay is Outdoorsy. Jay is Outdoorsy, all one word. I just know I'm going to get some fish with his lure today. I bought 5 of them, all different colors. Oops. It would help if I would learn how to cast. There you go. That's about as deep as the water is, so I'll let it fall to the bottom and then I'll jig it in. It's a nice heavy jig, so it sank to the bottom pretty quick. I'm still letting the line out, but there it is. I can feel it on the bottom. I'm just going to do little jigs like this. Nothing too aggressive. Some people will really yank it like that. Really pull it up hard like that. And that's okay. You will catch fish that way. Sometimes you'll even snag them. They're kind of nosing around looking at it, but not willing to bite it. And then you go like that and you grab them by the ear. You're not going to do that going like this. I'm just basically taking it off the bottom, let it swim up above the ground a bit, let it fall to the bottom. Oftentimes, they will actually swim down and pin that lure to the dirt. Hold it there for a fraction of a second, then grab it and eat it. It's exactly the same way that they catch a lot of their forage fish for food. And nail them to the bottom. All right, walleye. Nail my jig. This pole has some 20-pound braided line on it. It also has an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. Oh no, I take that back. This is 8-pound monofilament. And I have 2 worms, big hunky worms on number 6 hooks, big bait holder hooks, with a nice little weight there. It's probably ½ an ounce. Just enough to hold it to the bottom. The boat's not moving much, so it doesn't take much weight. And this is the old-timey way of catching fish in general. Definitely an old-timey way to catch your walleyes. Let's see how that works. So I'm trolling, and this is actually the 4th fish. One I got in the boat, one I got to the edge of the boat, the other 2 they let go before I got them close enough. All walleyes, I believe. It's what I believe. This one is just over 14. He's 14. Woo, he's close. 14 and a half and a bit. That's a beautiful fish. Not quite big enough to keep, and that's okay. I just had so much fun catching that fish. Yeah, it's a nice day out. The sun's a little overwhelming. I can take it. I'm going to fish until after dark today. This is a worm harness made by Real Cool Lures. These are made at home by some amazing kids, very young kids. They make these at home. They do all the coloring of the blades, the airbrushing. They put them together. They make color combinations that are known to be very effective. And then you drag it behind the bottom bouncing weight like that. That's how you keep your bait swimming on the bottom. And the blade is very attractive to fish. With colored beads. And that blade spinning ahead of them. They drag along in the water like this. It's just amazing. It's amazing the things people have figured out for catching fish. I'm glad they did, because I would have never figured it out. Okay, let's go get another one.